we were...
Started making out.
Because he was a singer. I was a groupie. And I became a girlfriend. He's in love with me. Let's begin. It all started back in 1989.
Cue the music.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, I am Brianna, and today I have Jacob, my boyfriend, here with me because we are going to do a very exciting video for you guys. So me and Jacob have been dating for about a year and 2 months, and...
And what? She's hated every minute of it.
And our story on how we met and kind of how our relationship came to be is not something you hear very often. So that's why I am really excited to tell you guys all about how me and Jacob met. Just a little background, I was a senior in high school and I only had about 2 months of school left, and I was heading off to college a few months after that. And I told myself that I did not want to date until I got to college, so...
That didn't work out.
Well, obviously that did not happen, but I just decided that I was gonna be done with dating until I got to college. So I was not looking for anything. I was not looking for a relationship at all. I'm just trying to finish up high school and then go off to college. And
you know what the weird part was? I wasn't looking for a relationship either.
So me and him were both not interested in having a relationship. At least none of us were really looking. Also, guys, if there's a lot of background noise, it's because we're outside in a pigeon porch and there's traffic, there's people, so.
Busy.
It's busy. Okay, so it's April of 2019, and every year my church, Avon Park Lakes Baptist Church, does this thing called Cross Week, and we have a evening service every single night in between Palm Sunday and Good Friday. Every year this group called The Sound comes and sings at our church for those services. Before I get into Cross Week of 2019, I want to flash back to Cross Week of 2018.
Ooh.
So, like I said, they come every single year. It's a group called The Sound. Tell them what The Sound is.
The Sound is a Christian group made up of me, my brother Levi, and my dad Rob. And we go around and sing Christian music.
Well, they've been coming to our church for quite a few years now, and they've been doing Cross Week for probably about 5 years. 2018 Cross Week comes around. I knew they were coming, and I was extremely excited. But I was just another church member just coming and celebrating Cross Week, and the last night of Cross Week they went out to eat with a lot of the youth group. I went as well, and that's where I probably talked to Jacob for the first time. And I remember Jacob did not finish his burger, so he asked for a to-go box, and he brought the to-go box outside and set it down while we were on a newspaper stand while we were still talking. And everyone probably talked for maybe another 45 minutes to an hour, and Jacob went around and got a lot of the people their Snapchats, including mine. It wasn't anything special because I pretty much got everybody's, not just mine. But anyways, and then everyone started leaving, and I was one of the last people to leave. And I noticed that Jacob had left his cheeseburger box on the newspaper stand, and I noticed, so I grabbed it and put it into my car. And they have an RV that they travel with, and they park it every single year at our church, just in the parking lot. So luckily the church was a mile from where I lived at the time. Anyways, after everyone had left, I noticed that the cheeseburger box was left there, and I grabbed it, and
you're like, that's my chance.
that's my chance to go talk to him. No, so I texted him because I just got a Snapchat. So I texted him or Snapchatted him and said, hey, you left your food. Do you want me to bring it by the RV?
I said, no, I'm good.
No. But by that time, I had already driven to the church and parked in the parking lot. And I just sat there and waited for him to reply, and he said,
I don't know what I said, but
he said no, like it's fine. And I said, you know, I'm already in the parking lot if you want to come and get it. So I drove up to the RV, and he came outside to get his food, and I handed it to him, and we chatted for maybe a few minutes. And then
this is a great debate.
This is the part I do not remember, but he claims that I did this. So go on and tell them what I did, apparently.
She asked while we were leaving, and obviously you should do this. I'm not debating that. So we were chatting and stuff like that, and then whenever I turned to walk away and stuff like that, after we said bye and everything, I started to walk back to the RV, and then she says, what did you say? Because I want to hear you say it.
Apparently, I said, can I get a hug? Which, that does not sound like something I would say.
It did though, you did say that.
Apparently I did, according to him I did. Anyways, I think I'm pretty sure he came back, gave me a hug, and then he went back inside, we went our ways. He went home, back to Michigan, and I just carried on with life. We Snapchatted here and there, not very often, but occasionally we would shoot each other like just a picture or a snap or whatever. Okay, so flash forward to 2019. It's the Wednesday before Cross Week, and I was going and getting my usual pizza before Wednesday night church, and I went upstairs to go get pizza, and I saw Rob, Jacob's dad. I instantly got excited because I knew the boys were gonna be here. And that Wednesday at church, I was definitely on a hunt to see if I can find them because I saw their dad and I just assumed that they would be there too. And I did not see them the whole Wednesday night, which was fine. I just went to church like normal, and I was going to leave, and I was standing outside talking to one of my friends, and next thing you know, I saw this handsome guy walk across the parking lot, and I yelled his name. I'm like, Jacob. And then in that moment, I kind of second guessed myself, and I wasn't sure if that was actually his name or
not. So you know if it was Jacob or Levi.
They might just second guessed it in the moment. But anyways, he turned around, he walked over, and we just started talking. Me and Jacob pretty much stood out there and talked for maybe an hour. He started asking about if I've ever seen the movie Shazam.
Because it was out at the time.
And I said, no, I haven't seen it. And then he said, we should go and see it. Oh, when he said that "we" word, I was...
Apparently it's the way I said it.
I was just blown away. I'm like, he's in love with me. We decided that the next Wednesday would probably be best, and we were gonna go and see the Shazam movie and maybe go get some dinner or lunch or whatever before the movie. So we had each other's Snapchats, but I figured we can get each other's numbers so we can just have better, or be able to communicate a little better. So I gave him my number. I put it into his phone just so he had it, so we can kind of finish making these plans and kind of work out the little details. And so anyways, I gave him my number. So remember, I did not have his number at the time. He had mine. Okay. Anyways, so we said our goodbyes, parted ways, and Thursday went by, Friday went by, Saturday, he had not.
Hair was falling out.
He had not texted me yet, and so I took it upon myself to snap him and said, hi, I don't know if I gave you the wrong number or not. Are we still on for Wednesday for the movie and stuff like that? So I sent him this text on Snapchat. I think a few hours later, he ended up texting me. And I know exactly where I was sitting. I was sitting on the couch. I had my phone next to me. I was on my laptop doing schoolwork, and my phone lit up, and he said, hi, this is Jake. I was so excited. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna insert some of our first messages between us on text. So we were texting just a little bit. He was a very slow texter. Just
still am.
keep that in mind. He's a very slow texter. I just assumed he wasn't interested. But anyways, every night during Cross Week, my church usually takes them out to eat, or someone at our church goes out and eats with them. So they went out to eat Sunday night, and then Monday came around, and we were kind of texting throughout the day. And then the Monday night service came, and I talked to him for just a second before the service. I said he looked very nice. I told him he looked very nice, and then he went up, did his thing, we had our service, and then after the service, they left to head to wherever they were eating. I obviously went home, and then I got a text from
Melody.
Miss Melody. Shout out to Miss Melody for making this all happen. But Miss Melody texted me. She's a member of our church, and she said that I should join them for dinner that night. I texted back, I'm like, are you sure? Like, will it be weird? I don't know. I was kind of weird about it, so I'm like, okay, I'll go.
Wait, the only reason Miss Melody invited you is because she knew that you liked me.
Yes, she did. So I had told her previously, I think it was maybe Sunday, I told her that I thought he was really cute and I was attracted to him. and she decided to make it a thing where she is going to try to get us together.
All week.
All week. So anyways, Monday came around, she invited me to go out to eat. I got in my car, drove over there as fast as I can. They set me up a chair right next to Jacob and his brother.
And they didn't tell me who was coming either.
No one told anyone, I guess, who was coming. And next day, Tuesday came around, and I had class in the morning. So I finished class around noon, and I texted him and said, hey, I'm done with my classes. Would you be interested in going and getting lunch or something? And he said he had a few things to do. So
I had to run some errands.
His only errand was the Bible store. So once he finished with that, we ended up planning and going to go to Chili's. So we planned to go to Chili's at noon. He beat me there, and this was our first date, I guess you can say. I classified it as a date at that time. If someone asked me, I would say it was a date. He probably did not call it a date, but
now we call it our first date though.
We do call it our first date now. Wednesday came around, which is the original movie plans to go see Shazam. So I went to the church, picked him up, we went to Don Jose's to grab some lunch, and then we headed to the movie theater. Another thing that I noticed is he paid for my Chili's meal and my Don Jose meal and the movie ticket. I was just falling in love. No, I'm just playing, but I found that really attractive, just how gentlemanlike he was, opened doors for me and everything. Anyway, so we went to the movies, and guys, the whole time during the movie, I am sitting there with my hands resting on the armrest, just relaxed, you know. But I had it laying out ready to grab. His arm was literally right next to mine. But no, we did not hold hands at all. No. He didn't grab my hands, and I wasn't going to do it. I'm like, okay, which it's fine. It's fine.
Is it tears rolling?
We got back, and he had to go back to do sound check before the service. So I think I went back and I just hung out with you while you were there. Also, just another thing about these evening services, while he's up there singing, he always would scan the crowd and just smile at different people. Well, every night he seemed to make eye contact with me and smile at me, which would make me grin super, super big. And my sister would give me like a little nudge and stuff like that. Another thing that I want to mention about this week is that I was supposed to be going into work pretty much every day that week. And anyways, I was supposed to come in those days, and every day I called or texted my boss and asked if it was okay if I didn't come in because I wanted to hang out with him. Okay, so then Thursday, of course, I was supposed to get up and go to work that morning, and I asked her if I didn't have to. So I didn't go into work, but Jacob had texted me and said if I wanted to go and play pickleball, because we were probably talking, I think we talked about pickleball one of the nights, and I mentioned that I've never heard of it nor played it. And another significant thing about that little pickleball thing is that every time we were on a team together, every time we would high five, he would kind of like,
I mean, I remember it, but I didn't.
He would kind of like,
do it.
Oh, he would just like grab my hand, not like a normal like little high five. It was a good job kind of thing. Ooh, that made my heart so happy. It was the closest thing I got to holding hands with him that week.
So Friday came around, and my family was supposed to go out to Topgolf with another couple from the church and just have some fun like that. And then I think I invited you. I invited you the week before.
Yeah, so they were planning this Topgolf trip, and Jacob had just mentioned that you should go. So he kind of invited me to go. So Friday came around, and it was time for us to go to Topgolf. I asked if he wanted to ride with me. I picked him up at the church, so then we decided to drive together, just me and him, to head to Topgolf in Tampa.
And we stopped at Chick-fil-A.
We did stop at Chick-fil-A.
Got some chicken minis.
It was just we just went to Topgolf and had a fun time. His mom had taken a photo of us too at Topgolf, which I'll pop it up on the screen.
Mom photo.
Yeah, so we took that photo. We finished off the trip, and from Topgolf, he was leaving to head back home to Michigan. And I just remember leaving Topgolf, and when we were saying our goodbyes, we just hugged each other for a good amount of time. And then I remember sitting in my car, and just my heart was so sad. I texted him, I said my heart with like a little sad face. He said mine too with a sad face, so we both kind of felt sad, I guess, when we were leaving each other. We texted, I think, a little bit the next few days, and then it was, so he left on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I think Monday he texted me while I was at work, and he said, hey, do you want to FaceTime later? I thought he would never ask. I was so excited because that means our little friendship or relationship is gonna continue.
The FaceTime level.
When we FaceTimed that night, that's when we really discussed, I guess, what our relationship was. Something I forgot to mention is that he posted me on his story a few nights prior to that. We were playing cards and he just put a little boomerang of me. Anyways, he did that. And then Monday came around and we were FaceTiming and we were talking about just kind of to ask me if we wanted to make this work. Do we want to do long distance? And because he was, I think how that conversation got brought up is that a lot of his friends were asking him who I was, and he really didn't know what to say, and I didn't really know what to say when people asked me. So that night we really clarified it and said that, like, let's make this work. From then we just did a lot of flights back and forth. He's flown to see me, I've flown to see him, and now we are here today. I live in Michigan. I ended up doing school completely online, and now I live in Michigan with them.
And I couldn't be happier.
It's just all worked out perfectly, and
God's really had his hand in it.
yeah, I completely believe that God brought us together. So that is the story on how we met, how I met the love of my life. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of this video. I believe this video is going to be pretty long, so if you guys stayed to this part, thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot.
Thank y'all for supporting my girl.
So if you guys want to know anything else about us, me and Jacob and our relationship, I will probably be doing a Q&A, so definitely comment any further questions you have. Also guys, if you have any prayer requests, you can definitely leave those in the comments as well, or if you'd rather DM me at Brianna Nobles, and I'll be more than happy to start praying for you. I post new videos every Sunday at 5 p.m. East Central Time. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like this video.
And thank y'all. Have an awesome day.
And thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. And I will see you guys next Sunday.
Bye everybody.
Bye.